Okay, people, welcome back to Normski TV. I'm just checking my phone to see if I've come in on a. Oh, I can't believe it. It's worked. What's going on? I've changed the world, people. Straight in, lovely, jubbly. I don't know what's going on here, but normally what happens is when I come in, there's a total blank screen and I've got to go back in, then come back out. But listen, first of all, big up to everybody. Smash that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. As I said, I'm on this road. I'm on this journey to 1K. Get me there. Come on, Shane. Shane is telling you to get me there. Every morning he does his breakfast show, bros. Come on, listen to the main man. Listen to Shane Guna. And of course, guys, listen, it's been an absolutely fantastic weekend for me, doing lots of voluntary work and all of that stuff and all of that. But listen, I'll get into that. But listen, I have, as you will know, and you would have seen on my Insta, I'm featuring my special guest, Mr. Shane. The one and only Shane. Loving the background, mate. I'm absolutely loving it. Listen, I've seen it before, but I just thought it's just for the show in here. Fantastic shirts on the back there, bro. You listen, that you're gonna need some more green screens and another room.
I'm telling you now.
The amount of shirts you got. But listen, let me bring in Mr. Big D just into the room. See, you've even beaten Big D. What's going on? Big D, what you doing, man? Big up Big D, man. He's in the room. He's just sorting himself out. Hopefully, he will. Yeah, there he goes.
What's going on, man?
In his Brazil shirt, you know what I mean? In his Brazil shirt, man. And listen, people, we have got a lot to talk about. But listen, smash that like button, subscribe and share if you are new. And welcome to the show, Mr. Big D. Welcome to the show. Shane Guna. JP just said he can't make it, so have a great show. He's a Man United fan. But listen, there's three of us here, and all we need is three great lads. Sit down around the table and let's discuss some footy, mate. Footy. It's the international break, guys. Now, for some people, listen, the international break is a bit of a, but for Kenny, he loves it. He actually, and I know Shane loves it as well. You know what I mean? It can sometimes interrupt. You know what? I'm not going to lie, Shane. On this occasion, I'm glad it actually come after a game on Saturday. So I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes you want that kind of momentum and everything, but I'm kind of glad because of obviously the way we went about that game. And we will be discussing what is on the show tonight. But before I do all of that, I'm going to go around the table. First of all, Big D, what we saying, brother? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, no. Lot going on, but we're getting on with it, man.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we both lost a good friend a couple weeks ago, and it's I just saw a thing that you posted on one of our other chats, like you're doing a little celebration for him up in Leicester, and this guy's only 53 years old, and bro, he's just what I mean. Football, everything just takes a back seat. What I mean, because I don't want to go into detail and everything like that, but when you get that call on that, it's like, what? You know what I mean? You D, you've literally, he's like a brother to you. You've grown up with him.
Yeah, man. We worked with
like
this guy.
So it's tough, and we've all lost somebody close to us. And as I said, just send condolences to the Mitchell family, and to the church family as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also just want to shout out the Christie family as well with the loss of their mum.
Oh gosh,
So that was over the weekend. So
Zelfa, shout out to Zelfa.
I went to the family home yesterday just to check in on them and stuff. So up in the Midlands. So there's people I grew up with again. So it's just it's a lot going on.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
But listen, other than that, how you? I know.
Yeah. Apart from that, I'm doing okay. I mean, I just said to Sheen, we just got to pace ourselves, pace our emotions, and then you're still working, and you still got to function. Regardless of these things happening, you still got to get up out your bed and go to work and do what you got to do. Because life doesn't stop, unfortunately, and that's not even being cruel. That's just life doesn't stop. Someone passes away. You got to. But grateful for their lives and the way they live their lives. So yeah, man, just salute them both. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Shane, we were saying, bro.
Yeah,
My favorite YouTuber, man. Listen, D, if you want a breakfast, I keep telling you, brother, if you want a full Irish, yo.
Full Irish.
Yeah, this is brother in the mornings, yeah? Yeah. He's calm. Listen, when he's on my channel, he's calm. Dr. Shane and Mr. Hyde, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I have to tone it down. I have to wash my mouth out with soap before I'm on here. It's no problem to me. Yeah, I have to push down the Irish in me. That's what I have to do. I just have to tone down the Irish in me a little bit.
Absolutely respect
that. No, it's absolutely pleasure to be on as always, and big up to the legendary chat, and of course. Big up to both yourselves, and sorry for your loss. I lost my best mate. He was 20 when he passed away, and it was just there on October was his anniversary, and it was actually the 21st year of him passing away. So he's actually gone longer than he lived. So it obviously time and all of that, but yeah. Like you said, you just have to. Life keeps going. You just have to push on and try and remember them in the best way possible. And that's all you do, really.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now listen, there's 15 people in the building, and there probably will be some more. There's 8 lights on there. Come on, get those lights up to 20. Now, we're experiencing this new streaming thing. I don't know if you know about it, Big D, but if you're actually looking on your phone, I don't know if it's on mine because I'm just seeing a landscape view on mine. I can't see landscape and portrait. I don't know if anybody else can. I don't know if it's applied to me or not. Or what, but either way, so what happens now, they've been StreamYard, I don't know if they've joined up with YouTube. What happens now is that if you're watching this stream, you'll see 2 live streams, 2 different destinations. So when you're watching portrait mode, and if you're at home and you're watching on your laptop or tablet or that, you can watch it in landscape mode, so you can choose between the 2 streams. I don't know, Shane, does it affect the views or anything like that?
You know what it does? It splits the views. So what it does is if people log on their phone, there's 2. It puts up 2 separate streams for the same stream. So I was doing one earlier, and there was 50 in one and like 6 in the other. So it won't affect the big channels because they'll clean up anyway. But for the smaller channels, if any channel that's averaging say 1.2k and they're getting €2 or €3 for ads, it'll split it and then they won't. So but apparently the algorithm's better with it. I don't know. People say sometimes when they stream off their phone, the algorithm goes nuts. I don't know what it is, but I'll give it a go for all. Views is on top of it at the moment. So if it is a change like that, one thing you can sort of guarantee is that it won't be for the benefit of us. It'll be for the benefit of the big business. So,
I absolutely hear that. I absolutely hear that. But listen, let me just quickly, just go through the chat before we do talk about what's on the show tonight. Obviously, Shane would have got the menu, and so he's well prepared. Well, saying that he used to be a chef as well. So, but just big up to obviously Kwaja, always there first. I don't have to call you the Gilberto because that's static. Yeah. So who are you? Is he the Burkamp? I don't know. But everybody vote in the chat. What is Kwaja? Is he the Burkamp, man? This guy, he knows his stuff.
Vigilante's the Burkamp. Vigilante's the
Burkamp. What can I give him? What name can I give him? Come on, guys. What names can I give him? Famous Arsenal. Come on, Robert Perez. Yeah,
the Perez.
Perez. No, and listen, Kwaja, you don't dive, so don't worry about it, bro. you don't dive. But Kwaja just saying, big up to the legend panel. Good evening to everybody. I just quickly go through there, smash the like. So obviously he was in there, so I'm just going through one like so far. Keep smashing it up. Well, obviously that's gone up. 137. I think that will now be 136. I'm now up to 864. So I'm slowly but surely getting there. Do you know what I mean?
Big up to the 1K, man.
Kwaja again. Big up to Gavin. Gavin in the chat. Big up to Kwaja. DG2. Best we beat Real Madrid. I don't. Yeah, I was just saying, I don't swear on this channel, but you know what I mean. I hear you. And they said DJ. D's just saying big up to Gavin. Just saying big up to DJ2. Kwaja. Perfect way to start the show at Normski TV. Thank you very much for that. Wahaha! Good day, man. Big up to you.
Good day, man.
The Man United fan, big up to you. Big up to Martin Tap. Good evening to Normski, Gavin, even Wahaha, Bav, the Ripper. Some great names in there, mate. Bav, the Ripper, man. I like it. And I know, Bav, I always see Bav in your chat as well, Shane. Yasser, go and subscribe to Yasser. Please, if you even put your own link in there, I don't mind, man. Put your own link in there. Big up to BBK, watching you earlier on. Listen, this guy absolutely knows his stuff, man. Fantastic. And I want to get you on my channel, BBK. So one day, brother, one day. And I know one day you will be coming to England. So we'll be looking forward to that. And views, I ain't left you out. If you're watching this, you will be coming on my show, yeah? But hold it down, brother. Hold it down. I can't believe it. Don't worry, views. You will be there, bro. You will be there, man. Don't you worry, brother. Gavin was just saying evening to Martin Taps, something Gavin, saying big up, evening Bav, big up Shane Goonat, the legend, absolute. I'm telling you, sometimes we say things, right? But I'm telling you, he is a legend. I'm not mucking about. I mean, this guy's knowledge, if this guy, if he was one of these like special bank robbers that can remember codes and that, this would be your guy, because he can remember dates. I don't know how he does it, bro. I don't know how he does it, but you can learn a lot from show. The Topic, he does so many different shows. On Topic, fantastic show. Does the retro show. This man is. I'm saying I'd rather watch him than go and watch some of those channels, bigger channels that haven't got Scooby Doo. You understand? So I'm not trying to make his head big or nothing. Like even though it's not that big. You know what I'm saying?
It is huge. It's actually huge.
Big up
it really is.
Big up to BBK. And Mark Thompson. Big up to Shane the legend. Big up Gavin. I'm coming down. We got Shane and Quadra's put in BBK's link in there in the chat. So Robert Perez, you're doing your business, mate. Lovely jubbly. Subscribe to Gooner, Shane Gooner. Come here. Mr. Kofi Slot. Good evening, guys. I'm on the road. Kofi, I don't know what's going on with your Liverpool, man, but listen, bro, we have to talk about that. Wahaha, Gavin, Yassa, BBK, and Kofi will join the chat. Okay, no problem, my friend. Yeah, but drive carefully, man. Yeah, keep your eyes on the road and drive carefully. Rest in peace, friend. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Subscribe to Yassa is just in there. Liverpool, it says Liverpool are a muddy team right now. Gotta have to agree with you there. But I did put something in our conversation that's going to be on tonight. Whether this guy, we will talk about that. No trophies for us this season. Really? You think so?
Too early, Kofi. It's too early, bro.
All right.
You can't call that yet.
Adrian Metcalf says, like the button, get pressed and get Norton to 1K mark, or I'm sending Igor to see you. You want to know something? Right, you know what I mean? You want to know something? I can't do it. Look, Shane, right? Listen, this guy, honestly, I'm dying in the mornings. He's the guy that gets me through my work. Yeah. Literally, I work for a certain communication company. Yeah.
Right. You know that once.
I've got my thing set up and I've got him down at the side. Sometimes I've got to go and charge the phone at work.
You know that once.
But here's what it is. Portrait, get well prioritized the mobile app and get some views that way, I guess. Yeah. Custom. I'm gonna see you in my chat. If you are evenal, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Shane, the man of many talents, mate. Man of many. Quaja, the California though. Bob the Ripper. So Quaja is a young Fabregas. Okay, there's got some names there. You also to say slap the lights up. Yeah, Leone, your sister is in Leone, what's up? You doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Hope you well. California, crazy man. I mean that California's carrying an injury. Shane. Is that true?
Not surprised. I'm surprised.
Apparently, he's got a hip injury. He's been left out of the Italy side.
Okay. Was there rumors of him being injured though before the last game? There was rumors of him being injured before the European game. So we obviously just played him on it and then said, "Oh, you can rest during the international break." You know what I mean? We have Nkapie there. We have MLS there, but just play him through an injury. Why not?
Yeah. And then obviously, listen. I don't want him to go. But MLS, if he ain't gonna get no game time, Tuchel's turning around and saying, if you don't get the game time, then you ain't coming to the World Cup. So does that mean that he has to go elsewhere? Does he go on loan? I mean, there's a couple of clubs what we heard are interested in him: Sunderland, Newcastle. He would probably suit a Newcastle actually. Do you know what I mean? But
where's he playing? Is he number 6?
Shay, do you want to tell Big D where he's supposed to play?
He would be a phenomenal 6 or 8 if you want to go with that. But Arteta's played him at left back ever since. Only ever played him at left back. But he inverted. It's the thing, even when we're struggling for midfielders, he'll never play him there, because if he does, then he has to admit that he was wrong to play him at left back. So,
That's
I mean,
right.
he's really something. Really,
and that is Arteta in a nutshell. Yeah,
stubborn managers, man.
Yeah, very stubborn. And you know, at some point, you're gonna bite off the nose to spite your face, and this is what he's gonna do. You know, understand?
Yep.
So, just guys, we know the drill. Prem review, player ratings.
Yeah.
This song, I'm just gonna just say, there may be trouble ahead.
You know they want.
Just face the music and dance. So I'll start with this one. I like to be creative. I'm trying to be as creative as Shane, but no one can be as creative as Shane. This guy is a creator, man. This guy is also, if he doesn't mind me saying, he's a great writer as well. So, you know, I'm just picking him up.
Thanks,
man has many talents. There may be trouble ahead. Will Arsenal face the music and dance? Understand that one? Ref watch. Why Liverpool's disallowed goal at Man City wasn't clear. No obvious area says Dermot Gallagher.
Dermot, brother.
The Paul lose their 5th league game or league match. Is it time to call? Is it time to call time on their defense of the title? The Spuds doing Spursy things, throwing away a win in the dying moments, and that was obviously that was against your club. And lastly, the what's going on prediction results, game week 11, and the what's going on fantasy Prem shout out, which Big D will be doing at the end of the show. So, guys, let's get into it. Where do we want to start? Do you want to start with our beloved Arsenal? Should we start with our beloved Arsenal?
Yeah, man. Go for it.
Listen, Arsenal, we spoke about this on numerous streams, on Shane's streams, on DJB's, on Aaron's, on OG's. Big up to Aaron on OG's. And I said I think it was Shane or Aaron's, that how is it that Arsenal going to react when we go a goal down? Because look, we've just come to the end of a cycle where we haven't conceded any goals. And I think, Shane, is it 5 games? Is it straight or 6 games straight?
6, yeah, 6, yeah.
Yeah, 6, something like that. Obviously, 10 unbeaten. We're still unbeaten. But my thing is, when I watched that game on Saturday, and I said it on the OGs, I had this really bad feeling in my stomach. You know, when you wake up in the morning, it's thinking, everybody's like, oh yeah, we're going to beat them 3-0, we're going to beat them 4-0 and all of that, man. It's a tough place to go to. Listen, I said a hard 2-0 win or 2-1 win. Obviously, it didn't work out to be that. And I want to know something, right? I want to know where did it go wrong? What was your observation of the game? So I'm going to first of all start with Shane, because obviously it's our club, and Big D, I don't know if you watched the game, so to get your perspective from Man United, and where did it all go wrong, my friend?
Well, the thing with the Arsenal game was it was wrong from the start. The lineup, I predicted it on my show. Views predicted it on his. Man for man, every single player that would be in. I was talking to Kenny about it on Jez's stream, and he was saying we were saying about the no subs, that he only didn't make a sub until the 88th minute. So that he doesn't trust Wanyeri to do the defensive work, he doesn't trust Dowman to do the defensive work, he doesn't trust. And I said, well, if he's meant to be this world-class coach that everybody says, how can he have all these players that he doesn't trust? Especially when he's such a sort of militaristic coach. He's always barking orders and stuff like that. I've said that from the team lineup till all the way up until the press conference is everything you need to know about this guy. The team lineup was predictable. The tactics were predictable. As soon as he went behind, he looked terrified. That's the only time he sits down. He looks scared. He sits beside his assistant. He's looking for a way out of it. Second half, he didn't make a change. He just went with the same system. He took a risk by leaving Zubimendi on. He had been booked. Just bring Lewis Skelly on, put him in midfield, drop Rice, bring Ranieri on, put him in midfield, put Rice in the 6. Show some courage. He has no courage. And then he just sort of waits and waits and waits. And then they gave the ball away for our goal. Like, you do wonder what would have happened if we hadn't got that. Then the Trossard goal is just a moment of genius. That's not trained. And the funny thing is, if Trossard slaps that over the bar, he gets torn into in the dressing room after, for shooting from there. So the second that we took the lead, 76th minute, I think, that was the first time in 76 minutes that the Sunderland crowd went quiet. And what does he do? He lets them back into the game. People say, he didn't lock up until the 88th minute when he brought a defender on. He locked up the second that goal went in. We didn't come out of our half again, really. We let them back into it. And I called him out on this last season, as we all did. It's very annoying because the 12 leads we threw away last season. I had it out with Christian before. He's saying, no, I'm at the games. He stays attacking. I said, he doesn't. He lets them back into the game every time. Every time we're playing a team and we've worked our way into getting the lead and they haven't had a shot for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, as soon as we score, he locks up and he lets them back into it. So all they need to do is whip in across and get a header on target or even over the bar or hit a long shot that deflects and goes wide and the crowd are back into it again. Why does when you go 2-1 up, you finish them off because that's when their defenders are looking at each other and they're saying, where were you for the goal? There's confusion. The crowd's quiet. The Arsenal crowd are up. Go for the third. Finish them off. If we score a third, they just say, well, that's it. Let's just keep the score down now and it's over. That's what a big team would have done. Like I was watching the Man City game.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. She's a massive Arsenal fan. And she said really angrily and sarcastically when Doku broke for the third goal, when he broke, 6 or 7 players went with him. They were 2-0 up. 6 or 7 players charged forward with him.
That's Liverpool.
And she said, why isn't Pep just locking up? Why isn't he just locking up? She said it sarcastically, because that's what we do. But he's played this game throughout the season, Norms. He locked up against Palace. At home to Palace, he brought on an extra defender. If they had nicked the corner or something, it's a draw. It's the same thing. If you go through the season like this, it's going to happen. And the thing is, the Gabriel mistake, that was a tired mistake. That was a player that's tired body, tired mind. He played obviously the full 90 against Prague. He didn't need to play against Prague. He didn't even need to travel with the team. We said at the time, Norms, I call them the famous 5. We with Saka, Rice, Timber, Gabriel, and Saliba. They're our most important players. But he runs them into the ground. Like, why are the 5 of them playing against Prague? Prague haven't won a Champions League game in 18 years, and he plays the full team. And then I had some top gooners saying to me, oh, well, you were saying that he's risking injury. Nobody got injured, so what now? And I said, yeah, but it's not necessarily to get injured in the game they play. It's the one after.
It's after.
It's the one after that. It's the one after that or the one after that. Like, Royce looks dead on his feet already this season. And we were going through the fixtures with Jezza, and it was like 3 days later, 4 days later, 2 days later, 3 days, going down through the fixtures. And we were just going, if these players survive all of that, I'd be amazed. And I'll finish on this. The difference is, and what went wrong in that game was obviously the cowardly tactics. Then the post-match press conference when he takes no accountability. Again, that shows who he is. And you look at City. Reinders wasn't fully fit, so they didn't play him. And he's one of their most important players. Rodri wasn't fully fit, so he wasn't even on the bench. And all of their players are coming back, and they've all been rotated. He made 2 or 3 changes. And I look at them, they brought off Marmouche off the bench and Oscar Bob and all these players that would walk into our team. And he's bringing them off the bench. So people get amazed that he always has these runs after Christmas, Pep. Every club he's been at, like, apart from last year and his first year at City, they have a period in the second half of the season where they win 10, 11, 12 games. And people go, oh, he's very lucky. It's not. It's because he's rested all the way through, all the way up. And we don't. So I've said this already. I think they'll be ahead of us before Christmas. And I think
it's proper squad management. You can see that. And I mean, when you look,
understand it.
That's right. And when you look at City's bench, I mean, they're talking about we've got the best squad in the league, if not in Europe. And I'm looking, and people are talking like, that it's a crisis and whatnot. But if we have got the so-called best squad in the league, then we should be able to cope with all of this. But the problem is, my things is that Arteta does not know how to manage and rotate aside, and that's why you're hearing it now. The players look fatigued. They look fatigued. They played 3 away games before. Yeah, well, say 2 away games, and that Sunderland game. They're a very physical side. They're a very physical side, and they absolutely. I don't know if you saw the game. They absolutely.
I saw highlights.
They absolutely bossed us. But that Ballard, ex-Arsenal, 26 years. He's in his prime, mate. The guy is built like whatever, you know what I mean. And this guy literally was the man of the match or player of the match, if you want to be politically correct. And he scored the goal. And I sat backstage with big up to Matty Southern Gooner last night. I just sent him a link for a backstage thing. We went through, Shane, a certain player who thinks he's in the Matrix. Right. Now, you know when you watch these films and when everything's just going by you, this is literally what was happening with Zubimendi.
Yeah.
How this guy is world class, I have no idea. Because literally he doesn't the game is far too fast for him. I watched it. We scrupulously went through every move this guy made. where he can't. He's not a Thomas Partey, and you've got people saying that he's better than Thomas Partey. Big D.
No, he's not better than Thomas. No, he's not.
He's not. I mean, what?
No.
D, what? I mean, the highlights that you saw and just your whole thing. What was your?
And I think I said to you before about Arteta is that because he won't take risks, and not only that, not use his subs either. It's a game that you're trying to win. You're trying to keep that gap. That way, everyone behind you is chasing because you know, like we know, every team goes through a level of where there's some inconsistencies there, and games you should have when you drop points in. But as good as Sunderland was, you have to remember you guys have got the best defense in the league. So having the best defense in the league, he can afford to gamble, and he doesn't. Sometimes you just roll the dice, bring on a couple of the young players when you just need some fresh legs to get the goal. He makes one sub in a game that he's trying to win. So then you're thinking, is he really trying to win this game? Because he's still got 4 subs sat on the bench. You see them warming up. It's not like they're all just sat there, you know what I mean, with the hoods up or whatever. And I'm thinking, dude, if you're trying to win the league, then you've got to take some risks.
It's games like these. It's games like these. You know, we will turn up for the big games, but it's games like these why we don't ever get over the line. You can go back to all those games where he decides that he's going to change up the tactics in the Aston Villa game. Why? I don't know. You know, if Havertz is playing well, what are you dropping him in the midfield for? We lose that. And people just don't seem to get that. You've got to, we look at previous, and that's why we are known as the, not bottom gooners, we're known as the culture schooners, because we've seen it all before. We've seen it all before. Sunderland made 4 in total, 4 attacking changes.
Right.
4, not defensive, because they're
trying to win the game now.
What have we got to lose? What have we
exactly.
got to lose?
Yeah. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. Some people say, "Oh no, Arsenal didn't invite pressure." Yes, you did. You invited pressure on because you kept dropping back. Now you thought, right? Listen, I big up Arteta, guys. Yeah, I've said it. I big up Arteta for creating a great defense. But what he did then was went too ultra defensive, because in the 88th minute he takes off Eze, who for me at the moment the jury is out on him. Yeah, it's you know, we're getting, as everybody said, the cliche. We're not getting the Crystal Palace Eze. We're now seeing the Arsenal Eze, and we say every week, please Eze, impose yourself. But he's making it difficult for himself, because guarantee you, when Odegaard comes back in the side, he's straight back in, and there's not even no room for him to even probably go out on the left, because Trossard at the moment is playing well.
He's playing well.
You've got to give him that. He is actually playing well. So for me, Arteta needs to stop being overcautious. He's got to stop being overcautious. He should have went for the kill. At 1-1, we started to step it up. We just started to step it up. Yeah. That's when you press, you put the gas and go, let's go. Get out of neutral, get it into gear and go. Because at that point now, like you said, Shane, the players, the Sunderland players are looking around at each other. Why? Yeah. He's just too cautious. And there's literally, we just dropped back and back. And you knew it was coming. You just knew, because you're thinking, I'm going to try and hang on now for 7 or 8 minutes. Not only that, you got people now, Shane, they're blaming the referee. They're blaming injuries. Well, I thought we had the biggest squad.
It's the same old.
He's choosing not to use. Again,
he's choosing not to use. It's him.
But
he
the thing
makes
is,
those decisions.
Norms, we have very similar managers in terms of we as the fans are saying, go finish the game, and it'll bring on 2 defensive subs, and you go, Junior, big up Junior. You'll be like, what are you doing here, mate? We're trying to win the game. But then he goes into a mode like, okay, let's not lose the game. And I think hence why the 1 sub, because there's no way you got all them players warming up and he makes 1 sub when he's got 5 to make to change the game. Change the game, bro. And you have to remember how often I've questioned in-game management. And I know you have as well, Normski, where you say, come on, man, in-game management, like, especially your manager. Your manager's that, I think, behind Pep, the highest paid manager in the league, right? Behind Pep?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So behind Pep, the highest paid manager in the league, he's got 5 subs at his disposal to turn over. I mean, we beat Sunderland, and we've been bang average in terms of hit and miss. Yeah. So there's no way you lose to Sunderland or drop points to Sunderland, but yet you do. Yes, it's a hard place to go, but he's just like, no, he didn't look down the bench and say, look at my game changers. I'm going to bring them on. And like you said, Norm, the tired legs. So when now you get a Saka injury or a Rice hamstring, he's going to say, they were unlucky. No, bro. You run them into the ground. And like you say, playing them in a game that they didn't need to play, Shane was saying it earlier, in Europe, you didn't need to play half them players. You would have gone there with probably half the first team and the youngsters and won that game. But
even when it was comfortable, in the end, that's when you start taking them off. Why are you still carrying on playing Saka? Why are you still carrying on playing and taking Declan off in the 80-plus minute? Take him off.
Is the real overthinking on? I think as in terms of, like, people say that Pep was the overthinker, but I think Arteta's worse. And Ruben's not far behind him. You're like, what we're seeing as fans watching the game is clearly not what they're seeing on the touchline. It's like we're watching two different games and you're screaming out for change and he brings two defenders on. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He brought two defenders on when we're saying, go win the game now. And as fans, it's very frustrating. Very frustrating. But he's a bottler. This is where I think if he's really serious about winning the title, you can't drop points to Sunderland.
You can't.
With your defense, with how good your defense is, you cannot be dropping points to Sunderland. Put them to the sword and use your subs. Like, otherwise, you have to remember these subs are his bars as well, no?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's got his players now.
Right there, Arteta purchases. So you can't look down the bench and say, "Oh, I don't fancy these guys." You brought them, my guy. Play them. One sub is criminal. One sub is criminal.
Sure. I mean, soon as I sort of sitting deep, I was thinking to myself, Shane, bring on Ivan, Darman, or someone that just can just take the pressure off, hold up the ball, get the out ball, because literally you got Moreno, but that equalizer, it starts from Moreno, not closing down. The man was blowing at his bum. He was literally blowing at his bottom. Right? He couldn't close on the guy. And there was another point, Shane, I don't know if you saw it. What was Trossard doing crouching down? What was he doing? Was he in a sumo wrestling or something? Because
I don't know.
At the end of the day, if you watch Liverpool, right, when Liverpool are their top and even City, you see when that guy picked up the ball on outside, he was maybe about a good 20 yards outside the 18-yard box. He had all the time and thingy. That man are closing him down because there was no problem with Trossard. I mean, Trossard ain't that pacey, but if Trossard and my guy Moreno put a little bit more effort into trying to close the guy, he doesn't play that ball now to Ballard, and who's marking Ballard? Zubamendi. He just says, "Get out of my way," flicks it over, and then I'm sorry, Raya, you're at fault here. Gabriel, you're at fault here, and you know he's at fault because even though he was trying to claim for a foul, you could see he put the shirt in his mouth. He knew. Because he was now trying to go and head a ball that he was. I mean, listen, the guy was stronger than him. And then, for the life of me, Raya decides where the ball is gone. If Raya had stayed on his line, he catches that ball. As simple as that.
Right.
And then now Arsenal are trying to claim for a foul. It was clearly the only person that got fouled, right, was Raya by his own player.
Right.
That's the simple thing.
Yeah.
And if he was go on, Shane, go on.
No, just that he got fouled by his own player. Like it was a calamity. That last goal, that second goal for me was just tired players everywhere. If you look at the calamity of mistakes, the variety of mistakes that you just went through with Trossard, with Gabriel, with Raya, that's just tired players. It's players that have been run into the ground. And look, people will say, "Oh, you're getting uppity over one result, one draw. It's only a draw." But like we said, we haven't been convincing in any of the games. Really, the Atletico won fair enough 4-0, but that was a 13-minute burst. They could have taken the lead in the first half. They could have taken the lead in the second half. It was quite even up until they sort of collapsed. But these results have been coming for me. This is just. Do you know what it is? When Sunderland scored, I don't think many of us were surprised. That's the difference. I don't think we were surprised. I think we sort of thought, well, that was coming. But for me, it all comes back to him. They're all his decisions, and like you were saying, like it's his bench, and if he doesn't trust them, then that's his problem. Who does he trust? I don't get it. Well, he needs to keep Rice on because he trusts Rice. Yeah, but there's no point having a Rice that's got nothing left to give. There is no point. What I thought Norgard was signed to come in and shore things up, because to make a sub on the 88th minute, your only sub, and then to bring on a centre back, it's cowardly, but. People, like I said, People forget that he did that against Palace at home to Palace, I might add, at 1-0. I mean, if they had scored, we'd be having this conversation then as well. So this has been coming a long, long time for me. And when people go on about the squad depth, if I compare Man City's player to player with us, they are much better. Much better.
Yeah.
This front line alone is twice as good.
You've got Nico. We will come on to Man City, obviously, with the Liverpool work. But you've got Nico stepping up now. You know what I mean? So you're going to have a fresh Rodri. Yeah, you're going to have the Reinders. Are you looking at these players that are on the bench?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, and listen, City are quietly going about their business. They're quietly going about their business. You've got my guy now on 20 GA now, Haaland, in both Champions League and in the Premier League. Yeah, I think it's 14 goals in the Premier, 1 assist and 5 goals.
And he missed the pen.
And he missed the pen.
I was fuming he missed the pen. I had the armband on him. I was fuming. Him and Semio from Bournemouth, both of them missed pens in my team.
Semio's kind of dropped off a little bit. I'm not going to lie, Semio.
Yeah. Run out of steam a little bit. Yeah.
Well, they got slapped 4-0, so you know what I'm saying. So I think that they will just quietly go back to where they need to be. But yeah, I mean, City are just slowly molting around. And listen, as I said, the Blue Sharks, right? They're starting to smell blood. Yeah, and I'm getting PTSD because it just reminds me. You've got to remember, we had a saleable lead. When I say a saleable lead, because at the time, Man City had to play game in hand. So if we had gone and won those games, that would put more pressure on them. But no, we put the pressure on ourselves. And as a result of that, we go and bottle that thing. We can't chase and we can't bleed. And we've seen it on both sides. And this is why we have to be cautious. And yes, it's great that we're still top of the league and everything. But I think after Christmas, we're going to see a different landscape. The games are going to come thick and fast. And as I said, it all boils down because of these players that are coming up. We'll talk about the cavalry's coming back now, Shane. The fight, they're coming back. Yeah, they've got to get match fit. They've got to get match fit. It's just not a case of you just chuck them in because they can end up getting injured again. And for me, when they do come back, as I say, Arteta has to learn to rotate this side properly because if he don't, he's just going to play the same players. So it doesn't really actually matter that we've got these 5 or 6 players coming back because he's just going to play the same set players.
Well, this thing of the cavalry norms, it's Havertz and it's Odegaard and it's all these average players. I don't get it. It's Jesus who he'll just be injured again within a week or two. Jesus, and what he'll do is he'll do his normal thing. He'll get them back. He'll put them on the bench. He'll bring them off the bench for the last 20 minutes to show that he's not rushing them back. And then they'll just start every game after that. And people seem to forget that Odegaard coming back means, I know Eze hasn't been great, but I mean, if you look at the goal he scored against Palace, Odegaard's never scoring that. He's never scoring that goal. You look at the goal against City when he played Martinelli through, Odegaard's not playing that pass. So even with a poor Eze, he's still better than Odegaard. He's still more impactful than Odegaard. So people seem to forget that this cavalry that's coming back means that we will probably have Odegaard instead of Eze, Havertz instead of Gyökeres, and probably Madueke instead of Trossard. You know what I mean? Or in and out of the team for that. So it just weakens us anyway. And they're not fit. Havertz is coming back from a grade 3 hamstring, which ruined Michael Owen, which has ruined Saka. We have to remember as well that Saka's not the same player, and I don't think he ever will be.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, Shane, but on top of that, he's now had a knee up as well.
Yeah. Havertz has 2. He has a grade 3 and a knee. Yeah, so he's done in for me. Jesus will be, I promise you that Jesus within 2 years will either retire or he'll just be seeing out his days in Brazil and he'll never be fully fit again. Same as Tomiyasu, same as Ben White. It's no coincidence that all these players have been destroyed by this guy. Absolutely destroyed by him. And this grade 3 hamstring that Gabriel got, that Havertz got, that Saka got, the one that only 3% of hamstrings are that bad, and we had 3 of them. Ben White had one 2 years ago and he made him play. He made him play on it. You know, so when you talk about the cavalry's back, when has this guy, like I heard Semiu say, that he will learn to rotate soon. What world are we in where a manager, a professional manager, doesn't know how to rotate? I've said this to people before. I've said it to people before. I could take my daughter downstairs when she was 6 and get the fruit bowl and get the new apples and say, look, you take the old ones out and you put the new ones in and you put the old one there, rotate. It's done. I explained it to her. You know, and this guy, how can he not know? It's not that he doesn't know how to rotate. It's a 2-minute lesson on learning how to rotate. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do it. He wants to play the same players. He wants to punish other players. You know, Ethan's done with him now, especially after we heard him in the Champions League against Prague when you heard him with the move.
Oh, no, yeah.
Sideline. Right, so he's done now. He's done with him. He'll have microwave minutes. He was only getting microwave minutes. Dowman, he's finished with. He's broken the Champions League record now and the league record. He's finished with him now.
And this is what I've got a problem with, Shane. This is what I've got a problem with is these records. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right? If these records don't amount to anything, like lifting a trophy, I don't want to hear
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The man talked about, Shane, he talked about the pain in his tummy.
Oh, yeah.
This guy talked about this pain in his tummy. So I did it on I did it on what's his name's show, right? You know what we give for pains in the tummy, D? This is what we give.
You know the ones.
But D, you haven't seen it though. You know, which one is it? Which one is it?
It's that chalky milk one, isn't it? That what do you call
milk
it?
Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah. That's
if we had taken that, he wouldn't be saying that in his press conference. I had a pain in my tummy.
Can you still even buy that now?
That's fighting talk. That's fighting talk.
Can you still buy that?
I think, you can still get it. You can still buy it. Yeah, you can still buy it.
Last time I've seen that.
You never, you just use leave white around the mouth.
Right, you know what's going on?
But no, I mean, so just forget about records. Yeah, I couldn't care less. Right? That's not my thing. Go and win me a title. But the way you do that is you manage that side properly. And Shane made a good point on I think it was on the OG shows on Monday that these guys are not even on like he's showing the morning shows that these guys are now in the red zone. And one thing about Wenger, he also always talk about the red zone. And I think it was Shane was saying like he cried about Wiltshire and Fabregas. Because this guy's empathy. This Arteta is unfortunately he's got the name Michael Bundy. That's what he is, mate. You know, he's the Michael Bundy. He don't care. You know, it's you know, they talk about psychopath. My missus was telling me about a friend that she works with in the workplace. She says the manager, I hope that manager ain't actually watching this guy. but I've just now called her out now, so you don't know. But I haven't said who the person is. And she says that this person that manages this group of people, she said she's a psychopath. Right? So give me a psychopath. What? Like she goes, no, because she's a psychiatrist, so she can tell people and how they work. Narcissistic view, tunnel vision view.
Right.
She says the manager that this person is and this is what Mikel, and that's why Shane says he's a psychopath. He's a literal psychopath. You know,
I think he is. I think he genuinely is a psychopath.
Yeah.
I think he really is.
Seriously.
Yeah. Well, if you remember years ago, Norm, when he spoke about his relationship with his wife, he just thought, you're a psychopath, mate.
Like, what the hell? Said he
like, you know, like, why would you tell us that? You know the ones.
So, I think she writes like books like affirmations and stuff like that. So I think that's where he gets the so I think he just steals her stuff when he tries to act philosophical and but it's even when you see the contract signings, there's always a picture of him and then there's one of him roughhousing the player, and the player just looks awkward. Like, so he knows when the cameras are there to do the roughhousing and all that. But you know, I've said it before that the day he leaves, if he gets sacked or if he walks away, I said the second that door closes behind him, the player's welfare or anything would be out of his mind like that. He'll never think of them again.
Oh yeah,
he'll never
again.
It won't be like Wenger and Ferguson, where when the players talk about him, they still say boss.
Yeah,
and they still
exactly.
Respect this father figure thing. I've said this. Give it in about 10 years when Rice and them start to retire. When all those autobiographies come out, this guy will be found out. When those autobiographies start to come out, he'll be found out. They'll all say he ran this guy into the ground. He destroyed Tomiyasu. It'll all come out in time about this guy.
Definitely. The memoirs will come out.
They will come out. Yeah.
And I suppose I just want to kind of finish on this before we move on. So the question I put at the start, guys, if some of you were late in the chat, there's a song that we like to sing. There may be trouble ahead. Yeah. Let's face the music and dance. The question is, will Arsenal face the music and dance? So Shane, I'm going to put that there. Metaphorically speaking, where we are now, Man City smell blood. They're 4 points behind us. Yeah. And my Liverpool wife is just about to walk past my live stream. No, do I?
Jay!
Jay! She's going, Jay! Right? She always does it. She always does it. But don't worry, Jay. One day. She's not, I'm not in her good books because Liverpool are losing. but just going back, and I'll ask the same question to Big D. With Man City on the horizon, smelling blood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to give you all the facts. Smelling blood, Pep rotating his side, managing his side properly, Haaland just on smoke at the moment. All right, people will say, well, nobody else is scoring goals and whatever. What happens if he gets injured and all of that stuff and all of that? We can have context if you want to use context, the word context. Now, for me, Shane, will Arsenal face the music and dance or will they bottle it?
Oh, they'll bottle it. I said City in the summer. I haven't changed my mind. I had Liverpool second. I didn't think they'd fall off the way they did. I had Arsenal. I thought we'd be fourth or fifth, if I'm being honest with you. We've done better than I expected. But like we said, the performances have been really, really poor, Norms. We've been relying on set pieces. You know, the game we lost to Liverpool, no set piece. Funnily enough, no set piece goal. The game we drew with City, no set piece goal. The game we drew with Sunderland, no set piece goal. So, I mean, people thinking that it's going to last, you cannot play the way we play. And the sad thing is, I think we've said it before, that he has them in a cage. Like, they can't stand up. This is as free as we'll play. I think this is our peak, the way we're playing, because of his tactics. I don't think there's any other gear to go up. Where City they're only going into second at the moment. They're only hitting second at the moment, and they're quietly going about their business. People have said, oh, you know, it's not the same City. But of course it's not the same City. No team's ever really the same. But Pep made a decision in January. He said, right, league's gone, Champions League's gone. I'll get my players now, I'll edge them in, and I'll use this as pre-season. So Gonzalez came in. He goes, he didn't look great at all. He looks brilliant now because he had that half season. So he's used it. And Pep, we did a show on mine about picking the greatest managers of all time, and we went through 20 different legendary managers. And DJB, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of football, picked Sir Alex Ferguson, Brian Clough, and Pep Guardiola. So someone that thinks that Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest managers of all time, if we go into a title race, he's up against Mikel Arteta. Like, it is that big a difference, really. You know what I mean? So, and I just wanted to read this out. This is City's bench from the game against Liverpool, right? They had Reinders, John Stones, Ake, Marmouche, Aït-Nouri, Savino, Oscar Bob, and Rico Lewis. Right, that's their bench. And people saying we have a better squad. That's their bench. And if you look at the starting 11, I mean, Doku, he's better than anything we have out the left. He was unbelievable in that game. One of the best performances.
He was the best player, wasn't he? He was the best player for me.
After 62 minutes.
Yeah, he's the best player,
right? They have Haaland, the best finisher in the world. Let's get it straight. He's the best finisher in the world. Bernardo Silva, there was a whole article done on him on Sky about how he controlled that game from the right. He had most forward passes, all this stuff. He's won everything there is to win. I'd take him over Saka at the moment. Bernardo Silva. I'd take him over Saka anyway. Bernardo Silva, he's won everything there is to win. Top player. Foden looks like he's back to his best. Nico Gonzalez is definitely playing better than Zubamendi. All the way through. Yeah, we've got the defense, but I'd take their keeper over ours as well. Donnarumma's won everything there is to win. And then you put their bench into it. You put their manager into it. And let's remember, if they beat Newcastle away on Saturday, they're a point behind us as we go into the North London derby. And when that goes into Arteta's head and the players' heads, come on. You know, I really have. It sounds really, I'll be called hyper negative. I have literally no doubt that they'll win the league. And I said it in the summer. I said that Guardiola is going to be licking his wounds. He's going to get them. He's going to sit them down. He got rid of the stale players. He admitted he made a mistake, something Arteta's never done. He said, I got it wrong in the summer. I should have strengthened. I didn't realize there were certain players that didn't have the hunger anymore. Grealish, got rid of them all. Go somewhere else. You can reinvent yourself. But now he's got a core of players like the Bernardo Silvas, the Haalands and stuff that have won everything that still look really hungry. And then he's got all the Nikos and the Reinders and the Dokus who are going, well, I haven't won these leagues. I want to win one now as well. And they're both bouncing off each other. They're gonna steamroll people soon. Especially if they beat Newcastle, which is no easy game. I know Newcastle aren't in great form, but if they go there and beat them, I think that's the statement of intent. And then we just have to go. And we know how this team wobbles. We know how we wobble. We won't lose 5 or 6 in a row like Liverpool, but we'll draw couples in a row here and there. We'll have 2 little 0-0 draws, and then we'll win a couple, and then we'll lose one. And we'll have a little patch like that. And if they get ahead of us, I think from the moment they get ahead of us, we'll never catch them again. And that's just the way I feel. And it doesn't even seem, other people think you're crazy for saying it, but to me, it's crazy to think it any other way. This is Man City and Pep Guardiola against a team that bottles it every year. And as for Liverpool, are they out of it? Unless they win 4 or 5 in a row right away, then yes. But if they were to have a little winning streak and we drop a couple of points, and yeah, I wouldn't put any money on Liverpool to win it. I'll put it that way. But I wouldn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't. No, that's the thing. I think this is what I'm trying to say. You know, you got people, top journalists and whatever, if they call themselves journalists, write them off for saying they're completely out of the race. You got to remember, Liverpool are only 4 points behind Man City. I'm not saying that they're gonna. You know what I mean? Their next fixtures, if you look at their next fixtures, they're winnable fixtures. We understand. I understand that Slot has to sort it out. Listen, look, a lot of the players that he's brought in, you know, there is players, a couple of excuses, made a couple of excuses. They've written to the PJ Manolo about the goal that should have stood, which in my eyes, I thought there's some people who were saying, well, Dermot Gallagher was saying what was the, I'm trying to remember the word he actually used. You know, but he's basically, if it's a clear and obvious error. Yeah. Now, some people, I think you put it in our chat, Big D, regarding that situation. Now, would it have made a difference if the goal stood? Because to be honest, Liverpool looked inept in that game. I'm not going to lie. I mean,
they struggled.
They absolutely struggled. And you know, Florian Wirtz, you know, still haven't hit the ground. Isak didn't come off the bench. He looked a cut loose figure sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? All of that noise of him trying to push to get there, didn't have no pre-season, so he's got to get his fitness back and stuff like that. Yeah, are they going to click? That's the question. Are they going to click?
But as well, Norman, they're missing my Brazilian brother Alisson in goal. He's a huge factor for them in terms of
he gets
just getting it all. Yeah, but that's the thing. But in terms of organising and the saves that he pulls off, where maybe 70% of goalkeepers don't pull off certain saves that he pulls off. So I think that's a huge factor there. I don't think the defense trusts this guy, and the defense.
Sorry, D, but it's the confidence he gives as well, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
When Donnarumma came into City, the defense got better straight away. Right. All of them look more confident. You know what I mean?
Because I quite fancied Donnarumma, but apparently the wages that he wanted, United weren't willing to go there. You know what I mean? Hence why we went younger and cheaper. You know, for use of a word. But having a confident goalkeeper. It's part of the spine. I always say this: build the spine, you build the team, and then you manage the spine in terms of what we spoke about earlier, where a game in Champions League that is winnable without all of your spine. You don't play all of your spine because you can win it without all of your spine. Just little things like that as the season progresses, because you have to remember now this rain is relentless. I was on the road last night and I got the wipers on full blast, and I'm saying I can't see nothing. This is crazy. So I had to just slow down because the rain's just bashing a little small car, and I'm thinking, so this rain, as you know, makes the pitches so much heavier, especially the northern pitches. So you look at it and say, we're in that season where tired legs, hamstrings, all these things, you have to look at your players and know these are the ones that are susceptible to certain injuries throughout a season. I just manage them better. And I think, like for me, in a weird way, I want Arsenal to win the title. Just because I don't want. Remember, Manchester is in our city, and Liverpool can't get 21 before us. So when you two are saying, "Nah, we ain't gonna win the league," I'm like, "Nah, guys, come on, man, what's going on here?" But I get it.
Let's be positive. Let's be positive. Come on.
Because you're frustrated with the way your manager thinks.
You know what it is? It's PTSD. It's PTSD, man. It's PTSD, man. You know what I mean? We've seen it all before. Now, look. If he proves us wrong, all the cautious gooners, I'm not going to call us bottom gooners, we're called cautious gooners. If he proves us wrong, fair play. Exactly. Because Shane, I'm quite sure, I'll be coming over to Ireland, finding you, getting up to your big ranch, and we'll be celebrating big time. Nobody ain't going to tell me how I can't celebrate my team and support my team. Because at the end of the day, all we want is to see our Arsenal win, not Arteta, Arsenal. I don't support. As people used to say, we don't support Arsenal. We support Arsenal. We don't support Arteta. We support Arsenal. Because people get up in their feelings when we talk about Arteta. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. So people want to, want to offer us out, and you're not fit to. You're not fit to win.
This is my thing, man.
Mate.
as a fan, you are allowed to praise or criticize the manager, because at the end of the day, you're paying him a lot of money. Like, most people would dream of earning that money a year in a lifetime, what he earns in a year. So when he's getting it wrong with a one sub and just lack of creativity in his mind or game management, you're allowed to, and when he gets it right, you say, he actually got it right there. He made 3 blinding subs, changed the game, won the game comfortably. But when he stinks the joint up, you're allowed to say, as a fan, he's stinking the joint up. He's got it wrong. He's bottling it again. And there should be no criticism when a fan comes out and says that. But then certain fans want to tell you how to support your team.
But it's
I get with the younger guys on some of my other WhatsApp groups. They're like, nah, like younger Man United guys. I said, bruh, you wasn't even in the seed bag when I was supporting United. You chatting about, like, don't tell me how to support my team because, like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to lose.
That's a new thing, Dido, is it? I don't remember when I was young being told how to support my team. Exactly. I don't remember that. But I think I don't remember being told this is how you support. You have to do this. You have to do that. You just supported your team and you loved them, and that was it.
But this is the problem: social media, and we're all on way more WhatsApp groups than we probably choose to be on. So some of my WhatsApp groups, especially the fantasy football ones, they're mixed. The old heads and the guys between 18 and 28 or 30. You know what I mean? And their view of football is totally different to ours. And so they're always wanting to correct the old heads. Yeah, if you look at the fantasy league, 9 out of 10 times, it's the old heads at top of the league with the youngsters chasing us. And that's just in fantasy. So we know a bit about football. We've been around a little bit longer than you guys. And they're the things you deal with. Exactly. So you see your team. I remember Wednesday night driving up from, Wednesday afternoon, driving up from Southeast London, picking my brother up in West London, going to Old Trafford, getting home at 5 a.m, and be at a certain telecommunication company at 7:30, absolutely wrecked. You're going to tell me how to support my team? Get out of here. No, you're not. You're not telling me how to support my team. I've been through the trenches with that. Like I said, I've lost sleep for this team. And still, my message be like, you just coming in. You're not working today. Yeah, I'm working. What are you doing? And we did this all the time. Midweek. On a school night, as they would say. Gone to Old Trafford on a school night when you live in Southeast London. Yeah, that makes sense. But we still did it. So that's why I say, you can't tell me to support my team. It's not going to happen. Yes, Views, big up yourself. Man.
Yeah, big up Views, man. Don't worry, Views, man. Big up to you. I said it. If you saw me, I did say you will be invited on. Don't you worry, yeah? But keep it clean. All right, then big up to you, brother. Big up to him. Put Views' channel in the link. He's doing bits throughout the day, doing these 12 o'clock shows. So go and smash the like and subscribe to Views on doing the business. And as I say, just quickly to say, we as cautious fans, right? We just want the best for things. So when we listen, I call it as I see. If I watch a game, right, and if I see that we played well, I'm going to say, well done, Arteta, you got it right, blah, 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 blah. What we will do, we've said it before, is we will still say, well, you know what, he could have done a little bit better in that area. Because I'm sure as a coach, when you bring them back into that changing room, they're going to feel all hyped and everything, but you can, Fergie will do it, Wenger will do it, or whatever, to say, look, guys, you played well, but you could have done that little bit better, blah, blah, blah. That's not being negative. It's just saying you could have done it. Wait, why does fans think that we want our clubs to lose? We don't want it to lose.
No, far from it.
It's not possible. It's not possible to feel that way. It's impossible. If you're a diehard fan, there's nothing that could make you feel that way to want your club to lose. It's impossible. Yeah. You can't make yourself do it.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. And big up to Aaron. I saw Aaron earlier in the chat. Big up to Aaron Talks. And also, Spooge was in the chat. Big up to Spooge. He was very he's been very, very pleasant to you. He hasn't even said anything. But I might have just stopped the fire. Spooge all the way in Australia. Well, the other side. I would say in the future. He's in the future, mate. He's in the future, down under, mate. Views on Sport, big up the legend. Let's just go through the chat again. Views on Sport, just saying big up to Mr. Kwaja. Calvin, what does he say here? Calvin says, I'm a bit nervous about Arsenal or Man City. Liverpool has got a lot of catching up to do. Arteta is under pressure. Yeah, 100%. He has to. Yeah, he has to make sure that he delivers. You know what I mean? This is 15.6 million, 1.3 billion spent. You must. a side say we must. So,
As well, Norms,
let's do it.
there's also a bigger picture here, because what you don't want is your good players to get frustrated and look to get out of the door, because you know when that happens, when because I would say Arsenal are favourites in terms of what's been pushed out there in the media, but it comes to a point where if your manager doesn't look like he's going to get canned, players are going to leave faith in him, and then teams see that. Big up yourself, guy.
Big up, Desmond. What you say, brother? Big up.
Yeah. So what happens is then them European teams start, they start, well, behind closed doors, tapping up, saying, like, because remember, all the good agents know each other. So how's he getting on at Arsenal? Because Arsenal ain't winning anything. He should come over here. Come to Spain. Come to Italy. Whatever. And I think that's the danger that you may, if you don't win this title this season, you actually may lose some good players that just think, right, my head's gone. My head's gone with this team and this manager. I need a, change of scenery, whatever. I need to go and win. And so I think there is a danger there. And I think he knows as a manager that he's got to get it right this season. I think there's no excuses. You know what I mean? So it's a really, I think he's in a really weird headspace in terms of he's putting pressure on himself because he's trying not to lose rather than going out and just winning the games. And that means making the right subs to win the games rather than just one sub. And you've got to look at him and say, mate, like, get some counselling on something. Do something, man. Free up your headspace. Because something's living rent-free in his head. And it might be Man City, but I don't think it's Man City. If it's Man City, then that makes no sense. Because Liverpool won the league last season, you know what I mean? But something's living rent-head in this guy's face. Like, what he does, you're just like, come on, Arteta, man. If you're really serious. Because remember, the way he spoke, Norm, at the start of the season, where he's saying, he actually even he nearly admitted it, that this might be my last last time at the saloon bar if I don't win this title. Or win something to keep him in a job. I think he knows that. Even if they haven't said it to him,
he said it for the first time. He has hinted at it. He's never mentioned trophies before, and now he's saying things like, there's no more long-term plan, it's short-term now. We know we have to win major trophies. So they've said it to him. You don't throw that amount of money at him and then say, right, go, just get us top four.
Just compete. Just be around the group at the top.
If he fails to get over the line, Shane, all right, does he walk, or does he get sacked? And when I say does he walk, because he resign, because it's just like, well, I've taken the team as far as I can. Or does he get sacked? And what will be the reaction of those top gooners?
He'll never walk. He's too much of a narcissist or a psychopath.
Exactly.
And he's on 15.6 million a year. He ain't walking. He's too arrogant. If he had ever taken accountability for anything once in his career as Arsenal manager, I might think he'd be able to find shame and walk. But he's never once taken accountability. Not in his whole time has he ever. We went through the excuses on the show earlier. He blamed the grass once against Burnley. He blamed the wind. He blamed anything. He'd throw Eze under the bus. He threw Ethan under the bus recently against. Even though we won 3-0. He still threw him under the bus at all when he lost the ball and we had to track back. He'll never blame himself. I think if he gets fired, I think he'll get one more pop at a half decent club, maybe in Milan or something like that, and he'll get sacked quite quickly, and that will be he'll just bounce around a few clubs and get less and less. Because I've said it before on my show that I would put money right now with someone that I don't think he'll, no matter what club he's at, no matter how long he's at Arsenal, I don't think he'll ever win a trophy again in his whole career, no matter what club he's at. I just don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has it in him. I often use that stat, Norms, of one single goal in our last 7 semi-final matches. Arsenal scored one single goal, and that was a consolation.
It's not a Jose Mourinho where Jose can get fired, and because of that pedigree behind him, he'll know that a big club will give him a call, and he can cherry pick a club really. In most leagues, he'll say, okay, I'll come. Because, remember he was hinting about coming back to the Premier League. I don't know where he would go, but he hinted at it. And I think this is Jose's mentality, that wherever I go, I will be the special one. And I think Arteta he's got to make his own history.
Yeah.
And I think that's where he's not thinking about, mate, forget all the hype, all the media, all the the top brass media, make your own history. That means you've got to take risks, and he's not a risk taker. He's a bottler.
Yeah,
you want him to make, yeah.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, just that he even though he's a terrible manager, he's shrewd. He's a politician. He knows what to say and when to say it. Yeah. He bamboozled 90% of this fan base that still back him without any other trophy. There's no other big team on the planet that would go this long with no trophies and keep their manager. There's not one.
Yeah.
And never mind that. There's not one that would have this backing. He's very, very shrewd. He knows what to say. He does the whole family feels things. Like we said, he knows to do the roughhousing with the players. He knows to come out, and every interview he'll harp back to how bad it was when he took over. Like all cult leaders, leaders will do that.
So isn't it?
That's how cult leaders cut people off from their family. They say, "Oh, you don't want to go back there. Remember how bad it was. Remember how bad it was," and they just keep telling them. And when we get to the end of this season, I was talking to Views and Aaron about it. I said, "Do you think that if we win nothing, that the likes of Christian and all will change their mind?" And we said, "No." But they'll just say, "Well, there's no point sacking him now. He's so close." You know what I mean? They'll never, ever, ever. And it's like when we got called a disgrace and we got called, we don't deserve to wear the badge. It was because we took a shot at, we called them tactically inept. So they can't separate Arteta from the club. So when you slag the manager, they say you're not fit to wear the badge. But what badge? It's not an Arteta badge. You know what I mean? Like they just can't separate it. So,
it's an Arsenal badge, exactly.
So he's bamboozled them. He's bamboozled the media. He's bamboozled a lot of people. So that's why I think you'll get one more job that is quite high up, like I said, in Milan or something. He wouldn't get Madrid or Barcelona; they wouldn't have him. But he might get something like that. And if he goes in and tries it's all about the feels and it's all about the emotions, they'll run him out of town. Someone like an AC Milan would run him out of town in 2 months. They say, "I don't care about that. Get results for me." And he just doesn't have it in him. He's not a winner by nature. He's not a winner as a manager. Big difference with a winner.
You saw what happened with Eric Ten Hag at that team.
Yeah.
Like the board said, 3 games in, we listened to what the players are saying, we listened to what the coaching was saying, we went, he's got to go. 3 games in.
Yeah.
Your guys had years.
Season
after season after season after season. 3 games in, they're like, nah, not for us. And they make the change immediately because in their minds, it's like, we've got to qualify for this, we've got to be doing this, we've got to be in this cup.
Yeah.
And we always say it that your Madrid, your Barcelona, your Bayern Munich, they're like, get him gone.
Yeah, Juventus, they hired Igor Tudor in the summer. He's sacked already.
He's gone. Yeah. That's my like second team that I don't talk about too loudly.
Forza Roma for me, man. Roma.
Your Roma talk. With your Roma talk, he's just got a new. Is it your new one? You got to say. Oh no, let me.
Yeah. I see.
This guy got 1991. He's got shirts to kill, brother. Yeah,
Roma are looking good this year, though. They're looking really good.
He's got some great pictures up there as well, boy. Look at that Maradona with the number 10 there.
Man, like Diego, boy.
What a player, bro. Eh?
The best of all time.
What a player, brother. These man don't know about these kind of players.
No,
we've seen them with our own eyes, bro. I remember that 1986. I remember 1986 sitting there watching them go. I was like, what? This is a different level. What am I feeling? This is different. This is different levels, man. You know what I mean?
I think he's the way he could. Remember, he had the low center of gravity. So the way the ball would stick to his foot, and the way he just lean this way, then go that way. You're like,
at full speed as well.
Full pace absolute genius on the football.
Unbelievable.
A lot of players can dribble like that, but not at full pace.
Yeah,
not at full pace.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just like they were chopping it, and the man was just. It's like they're
bouncing off them as well. Bouncing off them. And the thing is, he could play in the 10, he could play at the wing, he could do anything. Anything. And he
took all the hits.
In the league with Napoli was just.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is like one player going to West Ham and win the league.
Yeah.
Oh, they have churches and all to him over there to do, yeah.
Wow.
Stadium.
Big up to Binks, man. Big up to Binks.
Yeah,
big up to Binks. The way Arsenal's playing, Big Sam and Pewter should be managing back in the Premier League. That's what I'm a Tottenham fan, man.
Big Sam.
Well, I tell you, let's move away. Let's move away from Arsenal. Look, at the end of the day, all right, prove me wrong. We were celebrating at the end of the season, but at the moment, the way things are going, I'm quite worried. Yeah, Man City smell blood. Sharks are circling. Unless he can, just sort of like get in his head, like, bro, and get into the players' head, like, we cannot do what we did last season. And it's down to because we've got good players, guys. We've got good players. It's not like these players are scrubs. They're good players, but unfortunately, it's the guy that's driving the bus, and he's not quite handling it at the moment. You know what I'm trying to say? He's not quite handling it at the moment. Listen,
so no, should he be the bus conductor then, rather than the bus driver? You know what I mean? Here's a thought for you guys: is he really the bus conductor? This guy's driving the bus.
Fierce, please.
Boy.
Come on, Fierce.
Exactly. Yeah. Show me a ticket.
Show me a ticket. I got
Show me your Oyster card. You got your Oyster card there, fella?
Yeah. Tickets, please. Tickets. What's up? What's Ed saying? No, don't hang your mind. What's that? No, don't what? Don't change your minds later. You need to apologize if he wins.
If he wins the title, then yeah.
I don't need to. Why do we need to apologize?
It's always the apologies, isn't it? It's always.
Listen, Ed is trolling me. Ed is he's normally on the show. He's the Chelsea guy. Ed, why?
Apologize.
Listen, Ed, don't let me call you out like we call that Chile. Yeah. We're talking about.
Yeah. We had to draw Chile out last week.
We have to draw Chile. We have to draw Ed. Yeah, come on, say what you got to say, brother. Yeah, this man, he's an Arteta apologist. This guy is. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know his missus a big Arsenal fan. You know what I mean? So I don't know how it works in the yard. I'll tell you now, right? I don't know how it works in the yard. But Ed, come and tell me what you think. I know you're probably busy, and I get it. It's near to that time, that special time, and I hear that, brother. I hear that. But look, I ain't apologizing. There's no. Why am I apologizing? What have I got to apologize for? Why am I apologizing? No apologies for me, mate. Sorry.
If we get apologies for the last 5 years of a failure when we were right about him, then maybe.
Yeah, we don't go around asking people to apologize.
He simply has to win the league, guys. As simple as that.
Without, minimum.
There's no ifs or buts now. Go win the league.
It's okay to celebrate, of course, but you need to apologize for the stick you've given Mikel.
Nah, brother.
No, get out of here, bro. You're having a laugh, brother. You're having a laugh. I can't. I just can't. But Mikel's being seriously losing 5 years is going to apologize for that. Who's going to apologize for that? Exactly. Who's going to apologize for that? But listen, it is what it is. But Man United, yeah. Listen, you're on a 5-game unbeaten. You're on a 5-game unbeaten run. Yeah, you go down to Spurs. Spurs do a bit of a Spursy. That game was just backwards and forward, mate. I thought Spurs did it in the end. That you was down to 10 men. You lose Sesko. I don't know how bad the injury is. Injury.
Some people were saying because he flopped his line so badly, he had to remove himself. As in, people are questioning the injury. Yeah. The thing is, I think he's a little bit low on confidence, and that's why I've been saying for weeks that he needs to join in with the build up. Like, just drop deep. You see what Erland's doing? Drop deep, get a touch on the ball, and then just bomb it into the box. He's not doing it still. He's still waiting for the scraps in the box. And so, you imagine he scores that goal, Norm. The goal before the great interception tackle. He scores that goal. That changes his life in this moment. You know what I mean? Because what he does, it redeems all those losses against. Because I think he scores that goal. I think we win that game. But then once he goes down, you just thought, was it that bad? They say he kicked the ground or whatever. I don't even know. But
well, listen, if he does happen to be out, listen, there's rumours about a certain man could possibly come back to the Premier League. I know Chile, who's the Tottenham guy, said he would take him because he hasn't got no strikers. I mean, listen,
they're a winner.
Shane, they've got Tottenham have got 10 injuries. 10 injuries. Key players. You know what I mean? And they're right up there. They're right up there. I don't really hear them that much moaning about it as our players. I mean, we're moaning more, and we're top of the league. Right? Yeah. But obviously, news is coming out that several Premier League clubs are keen on bringing England striker Ivan Toney back from Al Hilal, if I can put it a high or whatever it is. But his wages could present a major hurdle. When you look at that, man, 400 grand a week after tax, which is equivalent of £800,000 a week. Would he come back? Would he come back? This is the question. And would you take him at Arsenal, Shane, or D? Would you take him at Man U?
I've always fancied him, Norms. You know that. I've always fancied Ivan. And I actually said there's no reason for Ivan Toney to believe in England right now, because there was at least 3 or 4 clubs that needed his service. Now, whether you want to question his off the field antics or he's got a little bit of a way about him that can rub people up the wrong way. But in terms of a nose for goal and his work ethic, we saw this at Brentford. He was a very good striker. Always made sure that Brentford stayed in the league with his goals. So, but like I say,
is it 85 goals in 130? It's like,
right. But on 800k a week before tax, that's wild.
Stop paying that.
Yeah, there's no one paying that. Yeah, they're literally, the only way that works is this: if he comes on loan.
Would he be the sort of player to say, I'll be happy to take a drop in, or would he just say, nah, man?
But the drop is huge, no.
I'm enjoying the fruits of Saudi.
He's out there retiring his kids and his grandkids and his great grandkids. That's what he's doing.
And every single generation you can think of.
Right, exactly. And he's clearing all his family debts and all sorts.
I'm sure I've got some family connections to him. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
He's part Irish, isn't he? I think he's part Irish.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I've got connections.
Shane, look, he's even wearing a green top, mate. Come on.
There you go, you see.
Yeah.
I want my cut.
You want your cut as well, bro. But listen, I mean, look.
Yo, Waha, this was not me saying that.
I was going to ask you to address this. I was going to ask
No, Waha, this is not what I was saying. This was the narrative amongst a lot of United fans that because he's struggling with confidence and he knew he should have buried that goal, he just stayed down and has to come off, knowing that there was. I'm not sure whether he knew that we'd run out of subs, put us down to 10 men. So I'm not saying that he faked it. I'm telling you now that what I've heard, what I've seen, that a lot of people saying that.
I don't think he did, but it has happened.
They kept throwing it down, didn't they? They kept throwing it down to say, what did he actually do?
They're sometimes the worst injuries, though. They're sometimes the worst injuries. The ones where it looks like nothing happens. And a lot of times they're the worst ones.
Yeah.
I mean, Santi Cazorla with the injury that nearly destroyed his Arsenal. He just walked off. He walked off the pitch with that injury. He walked off.
He could have lost it. He could have lost his leg.
They wanted to. Arsenal physios wanted to hack his leg off. Yeah, they wanted to hack his leg off.
Because
he'd ever seen, all the bones started to rot and stuff inside. He walked off the pitch. But with the Sesko one, I think I wouldn't be surprised if you find out now that it is something not serious.
Yeah,
but,
because he was. You saw pictures of him. I think it was him because he had his hoodie up. But it was an awkward walk. It wasn't on crutches, but he was walking to the transportation.
Then he's
so you wonder whether he twisted his knee rather than the ankle.
It could have jarred it or something, and then you have a manager that won't just make him play on with it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
If he was at Arsenal, he would have just said, "We'll play on, you'll be fine," and then he would have done damage. So he's probably thinking, well, if it's a knee or an ankle, if you felt the tweak, we can't risk it. You know what I mean? So maybe it's that. But it has been done before. Harry Kewell did it in the Champions League final for Liverpool.
Yeah. Back in the day, I remember that. Yeah,
because he was having a nightmare. He just didn't want to play.
It's like you've seen players in games where we've been getting battered, literally looking to the bench for a sub. They want out of it. Like, put me on my misery. I'm the captain, but put me on my misery, man. Sub me. You know what I mean? And
7-0 against Liverpool, Bruno was looking to come off.
Oh, shocking! And that's when I said to strip him of the captaincy. I think I was on the show. I said to Norm, strip him.
That was a disgraceful performance.
Yeah.
Throwing his arms up. It must be very annoying playing with him if you're a youngster and you misplace a pass and he's giving it all of this. I mean, he should be, come on. I know people say it's the Portuguese thing and that, but I saw a flip out at him recently. Was it it was last season. Sancho flipped out at him. He tried to play him a pass and he didn't reach him, and Bruno started going at him, and you can see Sancho saying,
he said go F yourself, didn't he? In those more certain words, he was like, and you could actually read lip it. You're like, oh mate, this brother ain't having it. And that's when you knew there was discord.
That's the thing about Bruno. He's really petty, petulant.
He's petulant though, isn't he? He's like a petulant child.
He's like one of those. He's got one of those. I don't know. I don't condone it, but he's got like, I don't know if he used to be in school and you used to see that little kid that has that slappable face.
There's always one in there. Yeah.
It's just like, mate, come here. I just want to slap you.
In secondary school, he was our Jason Hill. You know the ones. Let's slap this brother. This brother's getting on our nerves, man. Jason Hill, if you're out there in the world, hope you're doing well, fella. But at school, you was mad annoying.
No, we had this guy. Honestly, no word of a lie. I don't know if it's me going through this yet, but we had this guy in school, and honestly, he had this face just like I don't know what it was yet. It's just like you'd be there talking, and then this person would just appear there.
You know what?
It's like, what are you doing there?
Yeah. And this cat, no, he was obsessed with Duran Duran.
I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying he had a slappable face. I just was going to slap him.
He was obsessed with Duran Duran.
My missus, right? She's in
Duran
the kitchen.
Duran.
She's in the kitchen with a large chopping knife. Yeah.
Is it?
Right?
Wow.
A large chopping knife. Well, no, it's not a chopping knife. It's one of them. Say, what's the big
cleaver?
And I said, yes.
Cleaver.
So I like cleaver. So, a cleaver. And I just kind of just said, you had a slappable face, and she looked over at me with disgust.
Waving a cleaver at you.
Waving a cleaver at me, mate. You know what I mean?
You can't say that, Nomsky. Can't say that much.
Listen, don't do nothing to me on live stream, yeah? Please. Yeah. Can you listen in the background? Yeah, you see that? She's just cutting some carrots right now. wait. Don't even show it on the stream, man. Don't even come in with the stream here. Get out of here. What's this? It's the directors that will need to be brave and sack him and bring in someone better. So Ez's going back. I'm assuming Ez's going back about Arteta. The directors need to be brave. And bring in someone better. Yeah, but listen, we got Bert there. I think Bert has had a little word with Josh and said, look, this man, he spent all this money and he needs to sort it, bro. But D, just quickly, your team's 5 unbeaten.
Yeah,
you know, in that game, listen, Spurs doing Spursy things. I mean, listen, their record at home is not brilliant. Actually, they seem to be better away from home. And listen, we got them in the North London derby after the international break, and this is where and listen, it's going to be a tough ask for Man City to go to Newcastle. Listen, Newcastle not at their best at the moment, but I'm just hoping that Eddie Howe can just rally his troops and do something. But if Man City go there and beat them, we are facing a team that could cause us problems, and we do struggle against old Thomas Frank when he was managing Brentford. So he will know how to set up against us and frustrate us. But just with Man United, are you happy with things now? Are you still got PTSD?
Because this what happens, Norm. This is what happens. I feel like we are still a team of moments of greatness rather than fluent football. And you have to remember, our 2 best players at the moment in terms of creativity are going to AFCON, as in Mbeumo and Ahmad. Yeah, and so the players on the bench that are getting 0 minutes are now going to come in and replace these guys. How is that going to work out? Apparently, there's rumors that he's actually trying to keep Mbeumo until the tournament actually starts.
Yeah, that's happened before in the past.
Because
I think they did that.
You remember Onana did it, didn't he?
Did they do that with Mo Salah as well? I'm sure it was Mo Salah.
Yeah,
where
they're asking,
they let him play an extra game. And then let him join sort of a little bit later. I think
it's 2 games he's trying to get him to play before going. So he's not really going to have any. When I say chemistry, he's not going to really have any pre-tournament training with his home country if he stays and plays those 2 games in December for us. But he said he's staying out of it. He's leaving it between the country and Man United to sort out what happens. But I just think we're going to look a different team without them. And every time we sub off Casemiro, because we know Cas can't play 90 minutes, we just look awful now, which is really worrying. So then I'm saying, go get it fixed then. Because every time we sub Cas...
Well, you're linked with that Forest player, aren't you?
Yeah, but is he going
80 to 100 million? That's like
are they going to do that kind of business in January, Norma? I don't think so. And so this is my concern. Like, that game should have been out of reach before Matthias Tell came on. Remember, he came on in the 79th minute and scored in the 84th minute. He didn't even need to get warmed up. and get and then Richarlison, obviously Richarlison did Richarlison things, took the shirt off and did the whole madness. It's actually quite funny because it was like he was nearly in tears at the end of the game when we equalised because
the camera pad back on.
He brings it on himself, though. He brings all of that on himself.
He's my Brazilian brother, but he can be an idiot. He really can. And I think, when we talk about playing to the whistle and all these things, like, you really celebrated, you really cracked your eggs too early, mate. You know what I mean? And the equalizer
was a delete.
But this is what I liked about it. We actually nicked some stuff from your playbook.
Yeah.
The actual, I'm not going to say the poo housery. I won't say the word, but the poo housery was epic. It was brilliant. The blocking and the pulling and the boxing in the man's nuts and all that. I was like, what?
I'll tell you something now. I don't know if you noticed it, Shane. I've been watching I can't remember which other team last week where they set up at the back post, right? And they're doing the kind of same thing that we're doing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking now they're taking.
Because when you're coming in from the blind side, you see, so that the players they either have to turn their back to the ball or they turn their back to the player.
I think the only difference is, Steve, just before you come in, I think because Deckers, especially Deckers, is so consistent, putting the ball on there, it's just and that's why we're worried if we lose Deckers.
That creativity.
I mean, that. From that angle, but losing him with what he can offer Arsenal in terms of free kicks, corners, and just his own engine running up and down, Zubimendi's, you know what I mean? You lose him, we're in trouble. We're in massive trouble. So, what you did there.
Because if you look, this manager was trying to phase out Casemiro.
Yeah. I thought
now Cas starts to be right. You remember what the character say? Oh, leave football before football leaves you. Now it's the first name on the team sheet. You know what I mean? So it's like, but every time he subs him, and this is the thing, Norm, he makes some horrible subs.
Oh,
it's like
two defenders.
Yeah, it's like, bro, don't you want to win the game? Because every time you have a chance to go second for 24 hours, he bottles it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying second is the holy grail. I'm just saying every time we have a chance to get
it is for Arsenal.
It is
well, for us as well, it will be in where we've been in recent years. But I just think, like with Kaz, I get it. I get that he's got to protect him, because I think if Kaz pulls a hammy, you're left with Ugarte, and for love or money, he won't give Maino any minutes still. And for me, I'm like,
no, I just don't get that.
Yeah, no one gets it, Norm. And so,
I don't get it at all.
To be a fly on the wall,
do you think he'll go out alone in January? Do you think he'll go out alone?
Apparently, they've already blocked it. I don't know how that's possible that you block a. I'm going to say England international now, because you're not getting a look in because you're not playing. But you block this guy, and then no one says to the manager, "You got to give him some minutes here." So even if it's a case of now he's going to play Cunha in the 10 because Sesko's injured, and then even if you say, okay, I'll move Cunha in the false line, move Bruno into the 10, does Mainu get minutes now? Sesko's injured, and I bet he doesn't.
He can put Mainu in the 10 though, can't he, Shorty?
He can put Mainu in the 10, exactly. But I think he would prefer to put Bruno in there, because Bruno, this is the problem with Bruno. He's missing playing in the 10. So his mindset is that I like to play in the 10, and you lot went out and bought 2 10s and put me back in the 6 where I don't want to play. But because I'm the captain, I'm playing it. I'm going to moan about it, but I'm still going to play it. That's what Bruno's been doing, because really and truly, he hasn't been great this season.
No.
And so it's not a coincidence that he is playing out of position. So it's a really weird situation. But then I look at what Brian and Mbeumo as a winger is doing in the 10. Yeah, he pushes out wide, but what he's doing is our most creative player right now. And he you know what I mean? And so I look at that and I just think, I just don't know. But every time we pull Kaz, we look a worse team. Yeah. And then just bench Dallo. But he's related to Dallo, apparently. They did some family tree and they're related.
Oh, really?
I've made that up. Yeah, I mean, I know it's
That's what he'll
internet
do.
stuff,
Then
so-
he'll just play Diallo at right wing back, and he'll bring
it's
Ahmad in,
oh,
and he'll put Mbeumo at the left, and he'll put Cunha up front, or he'll put Mbeumo up
right,
front.
yeah. But
He'll
like I
keep
say,
him.
once them two go to AFCON, and we'll lose Mazarari as well. No, Mazarari will go as well. So that's a good squad player who can also start. So you're just going to look at what do we look like when they're gone, because that whole right side works at the moment for us. Our right side works. Our left side, no coincidence, does not work that well.
Well,
We're
unfortunately,
literally a one-sided team.
the guy that's growing his hair is going to continue to have to grow that, because now you're going to have to go on another five winning match run. So he has to start all over again. He's going to have one of the biggest afros going, mate. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He should have just said unbeaten rather than wins. You know what I mean? Then he would have been able to put his hair in it. I thought he was over ambitious with the 5 wins, because 5 wins is a big deal. Bruno, what's that? Bruno is a.
Oh, sorry. So let me go.
What's it?
You just can't be saying Bruno's the number 10. Manu's a 6 or 8.
6 or 8.
Why is Ruben so hard?
Yeah, but yeah, because if you look at Maino, he's got that low center of gravity where he can turn on the ball, he can keep the ball close, but I imagine his confidence is completely shot. So when you're throwing him, you're not even going to see the Maino that we think we should be seeing, because he hasn't been getting the game time. So
you should just loan him out then and get a loan deal back.
Yeah, but Shane, this is what he said. He said, "I don't want to leave. Just loan me so I can play football, because I want to go. I want to go to the World Cup." And you can't blame the kid.
Napoli were after him, weren't they?
Yeah, he got a taste for it. That's what I'm saying.
Swap
loan him away from the Premier League. That way, he's over there doing what he's doing. Because like he said, he doesn't want to leave. He said he just want to play football, and this manager,
which is fair enough. That's a good attitude.
In this time, doesn't fancy him, and I don't know. And that's why I said if we were allowed to see what goes on the training pitch, we might have some light bulb moments to say, okay, this is why Kobe's not playing, because the fan base is just like, okay, he's young. Some are saying he should be patient. Others are saying, no, he was starting in teams that did great things for us and for England. So, but then it's a system. So if he's not good for the system, maximize his potential then, and you sell him on. And I wouldn't like that, but you sell him on, and then you get that 6 that we need, because I don't see them renewing Cassie's contract. I don't think he gets that extension. I think he's gone in the summer. So you're already looking to replace Casemiro now anyway. Yet when we sub him, we look worse. So that's a real bad thing, isn't it? The player that you don't want to give the extension to, we look worse when he comes off, because his legs are gone. In terms of, like, he's lasting about 55 minutes. And then you can see he's struggling a little bit. He starts giving the ball away cheaply, and probably making because you make one reckless tackle, and the second one's coming. So you got to tell him. Yeah. That's where he's ill-disciplined a little bit. Where because he's tired, he'll just say, "I'll take one for the team," but taking one for the team is a red card, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so it's one of them. But Spurs are like our bogey team in terms of we struggle to beat them, and here we are again in a winning position, struggling to beat them now. So I don't know. I was disappointed with that result. I thought they were there for the taking, but the subs in the end it changed the whole game in the end. And we scrambled to get a point, which was just embarrassing. Even though I love how we did it, because it really made my Brazilian brother look like a mug, because he really over celebrated there. You know what I mean? Because remember that was the 91st minute when he scored that goal.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
Yeah.
I was watching the I mean, the guy is, when it comes to entertainment expressions.
Yeah. He's a absolute madman.
Because when
he was fuming.
What is it?
Yeah.
And then it's like, next thing I know, he does that thing where he just does that.
Yeah, he lost his mind on the equalizer. He lost his mind.
Bro, man, I'll tell you, boy, that's Spurs, man.
I imagine this guy's probably broke about 20 mobile phones in his lifetime. He must have, because he goes crazy. Absolutely ham.
Crazy, bro.
Puts himself through the ringer supporting our Tottenham. You know what I mean? So
just want to tackle this one here. Calvin says Steve Gibson at Middlesbrough is probably one of the best chairmen in the EFL. Why on earth is Rob Edwards going to Wolves? Now listen, he's just been appointed today. for Wolves. Now, Wolves are in a precarious position right now. They've only got 2 points with I think a minus 15 or 16 goal difference. Yeah. Listen, Rob, he used to manage Luton. He's had a career in terms of managing a number of clubs. I think did he manage Watford? Did he manage Watford? Steve, no, Rob Edwards. He's currently
I think it was Watford, you know.
He's definitely Luton.
Or was it Ipswich?
I can't remember.
No, it wasn't.
Sure.
No, it wasn't.
But anyway, listen, he's leaving Middlesbrough, who was sitting currently second in the Championship on 29 points. So it's quite congested in here because there's quite a few teams on like 25 points. But would you, Shane? Would you go and leave Middlesbrough? Look, it's still a long way to go because in the Championship you're playing 46 games or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's a long way to go. Second place and 29 points, 4 points ahead of the chasing pack. Would you maybe a chance of him getting into the Premier League with this team, or would you go to Middlesbrough? Who, I mean, listen, Gary O'Neill turned it down. Do you think they treated just quickly? Do you think they treated Gary O'Neill bad?
Yeah, he got mugged off. Yeah, he definitely got mugged off.
I think so. Yeah, he did.
And why would he go back, guys? Really and truly, why would he go back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah, especially with the way they treated him. But if it was me personally, I'd stay at Middlesbrough. If it was me, but I'm sure Wolves are offering more wage. But Wolves have a really good. Not a really good. For where they are, they have a much better team than where they are. Much better team, and they have a core there. They have with Joe Gomez and Andre. They're both really good midfielders. They're both good on the ball. They're both good on the tackle. They got Strand Larson up front. They shouldn't be where they are. So I suppose I think most managers, I think you have to have a bit of an ego. So they probably always think I'm going to fix this. I'm going to save them here.
Do you think you can save them?
It's only been done once at Christmas, hasn't it? Where a team's been bottom at Christmas. I think Brian Robson did it at West Brom. I think it's the only time it's been done where it's been turned around. Yeah. But there's plenty of games to go. It's one of those things. If he comes in and they get a bounce and he wins 2, but he'll either have a bounce and win 2, and then it'll start to look good, or else they'll just keep losing, and he'll go, "What have I done? What have I done?"
This is a problem, Shane.
I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't do it. If it was me, I'd stay where I was. I'd stay with the project and finish the project that I started. And then, if you're good enough, you'll get another job. But I suppose they think, if I'm hot right now, I have to take it. I won't get another chance. It seems like an odd one to me. It really does. I don't understand if Middlesbrough were 5th or 6th, and they mightn't. But the Championship's weird. You lose 3 or 4 in a row, you can drop down to 12th. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe he sees something there. There might be stuff we don't know. Maybe he feels the players are playing, better than they are, and he can see a slump coming, or who knows? Or maybe Wolves has said, we'll double your wage, and he's human, and he went, right, I'll take the money.
Yeah.
Money talks, man. Money talks.
But even if he starts winning, guys, throwing back the minus 18 is criminal. I just don't know how you claw that back. Get yourself out the bottom 3.
Wow.
Minus 18 on 2 points after 11 games. How do you claw that back? Really and truly. Like, literally, everyone from 12 downwards got to stink up the joint for the rest of the season for you to get out of that hole. So it has to be a money thing why he's gone there. And then if he just say he's been promised that if we go down, the finances are there to come straight back up, then he might say it's worth the gamble. Go there now.
Yeah.
And obviously you'll lose a couple of players who are Premier League ready, and they'll get cherry picked by whoever cherry picks them. But you'll have a squad good enough to go back down, compete, and come straight back up again. And maybe that's what has been promised: more money and a squad that will let him yo-yo up. Remember, they get the parachute payment as well, guys. So the parachute payment will allow them to invest in the team when they lose a couple of key players that will want to stay in the Premier League, and then they come straight back up next season. So he's probably been promised a lot of things, and he's probably got it in writing as well. My missus always says to me, let him put it in writing, D, otherwise don't do it. When it comes to my job, anything that they want me to do, I say, can you send me an email or can you send me a text? I just snapshot it and put it in a folder. Like when they renegade on it, I said, no. I got it on my phone. That's what you sent to me. That's what you said you were going to do. That's what you said you were going to pay me. And we move forward from there. So I think he's been given some assurances. Come to the Wolves, we'll look after you. We're almost guaranteed that we'll be good enough to go down and come straight back up again and not miss a beat.
So, fair play.
Yeah.
Chili Dog is in the house and says, D, leave R9 alone.
We go with the R9. Stop that. The disrespect Come on the channel with that foolishness. R9, you know. There's only one R9. You know who that R9 is with that little quiff there in the front. That's the only one, bro. We about R9. Stop it. You're not better than that,
cool
You're a football fan.
Ricky, you know.
Ricky, you know.
Man, like Ricky. No, he's Ricky from EastEnders, mate. That's the R9. Yeah,
Ricky.
Chilly. Hope you're good, fella. Hope you're good, man.
And you're back from the cornfields and everything.
You know what I mean?
Big up to my sister, but it's actually her son, little
Ricardo.
And I had the pleasure of taking my little nephew. He's only 9, 10. Took him down to the old Chelsea Development Centre.
Is it?
Yeah, not too far from where I live. And saw loads of, I mean, listen, the place where it is, I mean, proper setup and everything. I was standing there in the cold, you know what I mean? I was actually freezing. And my sister decided to turn up. Like, yeah, she'd probably sit in the car watching me freeze out there.
You know what I mean?
But, her son, listen, I'll tell you what, Shane, I'll tell you right now, Shane, I'm going to put you up against my nephew, Ricardo. This guy's knowledge on football is ridiculous. And what I like about him, big up to Ricardo, some things that he's talking to me about, I'm like, where do you know that football? Like, he's 9, 10 years old, but he studies the history of football. You sit him down and ask him certain questions. I guarantee you now. All right, I'm going to do this now. And Carl, if you're still in the chat, Shane, Big D, I want you to ask just 2 relatively easy questions about Liverpool. Yeah, their history. Yeah. And I want Ricardo, if you're still in the chat, can Ricardo put this in? Because I know it's probably nearly his bedtime. So if you're still in the chat, let me know. So just quickly, Big D, just put a question to him.
Okay.
Shane, put a question to him. Right.
Ricardo, who's the most decorated manager in Liverpool history?
Do you hear that, Ricardo? Who's the most decorated manager in Liverpool history? Who's the most decorated? Don't let me down now. I like you, you little liar. You little liar. No, I'm not calling you a liar, Ricardo. Calling me a little liar. You know what I'm saying? So if you're still in the chat, and Shane, what's your one?
Who is Liverpool's record goal scorer? Who has the most goals ever for Liverpool?
Okay. So do you hear that? Who's Liverpool's record goal scorer? Yeah, has the most goals for Liverpool in his history. Yeah. So Ricardo,
I'd love to see that though, Norms. I'd love to see a kid taking interest in history of football. It's very easy just to go into the social media age. I love it. Because when I was about 14, I knew more than I do now. Because I've forgotten a load of it. But I was the same. I read everything I could about it. And I love to see it. It's brilliant to see.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. We're sitting in the car and he's telling me this. I'm like, what?
Brilliant.
Like he told you about like all like the World Cup teams and all that. I'm like, where's he getting this knowledge from? You know what I mean? Yes, Watford sacked him before Luton.
Watford got to the managers.
This is Geezer.
Man like Tom.
Yeah, yes, Geezer's got these players to beat teams like Normski. Should be ashamed of himself. Big up, Geezer. Big up, Geezer. What's else? Calvin just saying, Wolves keep selling their good players, so Rob should have stayed at Borough. Yeah. True. Chili Ricardo is a head case. Again, just saying cheers, Kawaja. Go and subscribe to the Just Talk Black show. Guys doing bits on that channel. I was on his channel.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Yeah, I talked to him last night, actually.
Yeah, man. There's some good things there. So, Ricardo, don't bottle it now, mate. Before you go to bed. And if you're there, let him put the answers in there and no Googling. Right? Chili 66 Ricardo is a head case. I just put it in there again. And DG2 Ricardo is more like P9 pigeon. Yeah.
P9, you know. I like that. P9. There you go, Chili.
Give it some of that, mate. Come on. Get out of here, bro. You know what I mean?
That's actually funny.
Well, they're currently training at our facilities at the moment. Brazil are going to be playing. Who are they playing, Shane? Who are they playing?
Who's that?
Brazil. They're playing.
They're playing
at the Emirates.
I thought Senegal.
Oh, Senegal.
Yeah, Senegal. They're playing on Friday. Yeah, Friday. 14th. Yeah, Friday. Yeah.
Well, listen, Ricardo hasn't answered, so listen, it is what it is. But hopefully, she might have put him to bed. But if you come a little bit earlier, it would have been nice to get your answer. But yeah, he does, and I'm not lying. This guy really does know his stuff, and I'm really proud of that. But listen, people, the last thing we're going to do. I was Chili saying it. Oh no, he's just. I thought that just jumped in there. Let's take that one out. Right. So the last thing here, D. I'm going to share this.
Yeah.
Right. So this is our fantasy Premier League table. Big D, do you want to just do a quick shout out there?
Yep.
Hold on. Just go and bring up our table.
Where are we? There we go. All right. So actually, quite a low scoring week this week, guys. Our highest scorer was, what was it? 54 points, which was
that was quite high for this week. My one as
it
well.
Was, yeah. Yeah. In our league, 54. Well, he missed the penalty, and then he scored. Yeah. So if he scored that penalty and then everyone would have been over 50. Yeah, I think it's the other one. Yeah, we had one guy over 50, which is Mark Connolly, and he's way down in 19th. We've still got Del Grady, top of the league with a 661, and Kofi's on his tail,
he seems to be holding that place locked down.
He's very good
for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, he's very good at. He just knows how to pick the teams, man. You know what I mean? And then everyone's in the chasing pack. Where's Malcolm? Oh, she scored.
Where's Malcolm?
29, 17th. She scored 29. 17th. You know what I mean?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, 17th.
Where's Norms?
No, I'm not on this one, you know. Malcolm X, listen, just wait. Pause. Malcolm X is actually my missus, right? But she goes under the name of Malcolm X. So if you look under Malcolm X, it's actually Jay. So yeah. So she's already. Well, so what team was I pick this week? What did I do this one?
Yeah.
She's very competitive. I'm not gonna lie. She last year she came. Where did she come? Was it 10th?
Yeah, about 10th. Yeah,
about 10th, wasn't it? She was wanting to get in like the top 5, but when you got
and then this year, as you know, Norm, we got 24 in the league this year. So like I say, still early doors in terms of game week 11. But yeah, it was a poor week. I think quite a lot of the top players underperformed. Most of us have got the top players. So you had the Bournemouth guy Semia missing the penalty. You had Haaland missing the penalty, even though he scored one. And I guarantee you that some had it on Saka. So Saka got some good points because he got on the score sheet. But yeah, so the top of the league hasn't moved that much really, in terms of 1 to 10, a few ups and a few downs. Like I said, for me, I'm 14. I climbed like 3 places, 45 points, which is probably decent compared to how bad the week had been. And then I left 17 points on the bench. I was fuming. 17 points, So that would take me way into the 50s. So, but that's fantasy for you. You look at, you think, he's going to concede. I'll bench him this week, and then he don't. Then he doesn't concede. Man, big up Calvin. But so that's where we are, Norms.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Let's finish off with our prediction league table, which so Big D. So the people only scored this week was only yourself, Big D, and Ez. Where you predicted 2-0 to Wolves.
2-0 to Chelsea. Yeah, and you know what? I originally typed 3-0 and changed it. And I was just like, when I saw it scored the third one, I went, yeah.
You know
I was just laughing at myself.
Andy went 2-2 Hammers, but they won 3-2.
Yeah.
JP, this guy is just, you see the problem with JP, yeah, when Man United started to show a bit of form and everything,
he went back
to bring in, and if you look, he's got 1 blue in there. He's at the bottom as it stands. He's in 6th place. So he has to do 2 forfeits from last season. He came last season. And at the moment, the way it's looking, he could be last this season. So basically, guys, it's the correct score and outcome. You get 3 points. If you get the outcome right, in other words, if you say, it's a win, that they win 2-0 or 1-0, you get a point. And obviously, if you get it wrong, it's 0 points. So the outcome is like a draw, 1 point. And the correct score and outcome is 3 points. So I still, even though I messed out this week, because the red dots means I didn't score, blue dots means that you got 1 point, green dots means that you get 3 points. So this week is only Ez and Big D that actually got any points this week. But I still sit top. You move up, actually, D. You've moved up.
Yeah.
I'm sure because you was sitting in third last week, but you've moved up to second.
Yeah.
Chile on 9 points. Kofi slot on 8 points. Ez on 8 points. And way behind is JP on 2 points. 2 points. So it looks like forfeit is incoming for this geezer. And yeah, it is what it is. But listen, people, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody. First of all, to the world-class chat, using the phrases of Mr. Aaron Talks Arsenal. World-class chat. But most of all, I want to thank my guests, Mr. Big D. I keep saying to you, Big D, get your channel, bro.
Get the channel going.
Get your channel. Get your channel. Yeah. And also, big up to Shane. Thank you for just gracing us with your presence yet again. I really appreciate you coming on, taking time out. I know, because literally you're streaming left, it's coming at your ear holes at the moment. So I look to a window of opportunity and I was to say, please say yes, please say yes. And he said yes to the show. Yeah, he said yes to the show.
Good stuff.
What a big up. So Shane, what you got coming up? I know what he's got coming up, but I just wanted to say it, and then I want to say my little bit.
What you got coming up, Shane? You know that if I have my time for you, I'll always give you my time. Big up to D as well, and that world-class chat. But yeah, I'll be back for the full Irish tomorrow. And then obviously the Brews Banana tomorrow night with the unbeaten Norms. And then off topic Friday night. I might do a watch along on Friday. The Ireland under 17s are in the last 32 of the under 17s World Cup. So it depends if I'm picking the kids up or not on Friday. I'll be doing that. But, Ireland playing tomorrow night against Portugal as well. But we'll be
I was going to say, because somebody suggested in Northside's stream for you and him to do
me and him to do it. Yeah. No, I will normally.
Can you imagine the fireworks in that one?
No, but look, if Ireland go and beat them somehow, we're in with a shout. But we really have to beat them.
No. And obviously, we're hearing that this next year will be Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup international.
He's calling it a day.
His last major tournament, he says. Yeah.
How old is he now, Norm? I don't even keep it up now. I can't think how old is he.
41,
38, 39?
No, he's 40. Must be 40.
No, I think he's 40s now. He's got to be 40s now. Yeah, I think so. I just can't remember. I have to Google
he's
that.
40. Yeah.
40. Wow.
So he'll be 41 by the time of the tournament.
So you imagine how many players that thought they were going to get a look in, and this man just didn't retire.
I think he's holding them back, if I'm being honest with you. I genuinely think he's holding them back. I don't think
he is. He is. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I was going to say, do you think you could do a Roger Miller? You know what I mean?
No, because they have to play for him, Shane, all the time.
Yeah.
And I think it hurts them in the long run as they get deep into the tournaments. And you're, I think some of the players are almost praying that he gets injured in the tournament. That way, you can play a different way without him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I say, he's a imposing, controlling figure. So, and you remember that tournament when he was trying to coach?
Yeah.
I was like, what's he doing? He's trying to.
He just wanted. He wanted the camera on him. He wanted the credit for it.
He's going to find. I suppose he's going to find it. He's going to find it difficult when he does. Hang up his boots and
he'll buy a club. He'll buy a club.
Yeah.
He will. Well, he hinted at that in an interview, didn't he? Recent time.
He did actually as well, didn't he? Yeah. But he's got the money. He's a billionaire, isn't he?
Exactly. Yeah.
Put the money. But people, thank you yet again. Thank you very much, everybody. Yep. Please, before you leave, if you watch it on playback, smash that like, subscribe, and share if you're new. As I said, on the road to 1K. Hopefully, I will get there before the end of the season. And at the end of the season, just like I want to get to the destination and lift the 1K trophy. Yeah. I want my club. I want my club to lift
to do the same.
But at the moment, we got PTSD. It's cautious gooners. That's what we are now. The cautious gooners. Take care. God bless.
Yeah. Take care, guys.
What's going on, podcast?